So I finally got more information on Carlee Russell, and I really was letting all the wind blow because I don't make it a personal thing because one person made a decision. I'm not angry at her for making a decision to pretend that she was kidnapped by screaming. I don't take it personally. I'm not personally offended that she did that. I really am not. She was a young lady that made a bad decision, and it doesn't have anything to do with me. I'm not going to pretend that I need to judge her in some sort of self-righteous rant because she's a black woman and therefore I get the right to bash her and condemn her in the face of white society just so that they don't think that all of us approve her. I actually heard a woman say she called their police department and told them that she didn't agree with what Carlee did and please don't hold it against all of us. I'm not even lying. I heard a woman say that she literally called the police department in Hoover to tell them, and detectives who were on the case, please don't hold this against other black women because of what this one woman did. The funny part is, or the irony of it is, this is not an uncommon thing that people will just make themselves disappear. She's not the first person to do it. Her brother came out and made it more public. And the black community, frankly, made it more public. But apparently this happens a lot. So police departments are not surprised when the person who says they were told is missing is really not. That's why they give you a certain number of hours before they start even lifting a finger, because they know that there's many occasions where an individual make themselves disappear. So I just am not offended by it. I'm not. And maybe I should be, but I'm not. I just see a woman who made a decision that was not in her best interest, that was in a crime of passion, I think it was, because I think it involved her boyfriend and she was very upset. And when we're in relationships, we do the stupidest things very often. And a lot of times these males will do things that set us into a spiraling series of events. They will send us spiraling into a series of events because we can't believe how we're being treated by this man that we care about and says cares about us. And I'm not surprised that it was her boyfriend, actually. I was like, That's why a lot of people, women who are experienced, are divesting from black men, and they will not date them. They will not. Because the black men, it's like they specialize in this game where they promise you something and they know they're not going to deliver it, but they promise it anyway just to keep you in their life as a placeholder so that they can access your physical body and whatever other resources you may have available. And then they hold you there, keeping them warm and comfortable until they find somebody else that they really want to be with. And then they just throw you to the curb and go with the next person. Or even if the next person is temporary, they'll throw you to the curb in favor of another person. It's unbelievable. It really is. And so is it surprising that her boyfriend is the reason why she did all of this? Not really. How many black women have plotted in cahoots in company with their friends, right, to do something in response to what their boyfriend did to them all day, every day? Right now, somewhere, a black woman, brown, is plotting because her boyfriend sent her spiraling. I mean, I met a lady the other day, and in fact, she has a terrible story how she did a religious ceremony with a man, and it turns out he had another woman in a different part of the city, literally planning to move in together while he was married to this woman that I met. What do you think she's doing right now? She's older, and has the seasoning of life that tells her that the pen is mightier. So she is going around and undoing a lot of things in his life that he wants to have done. He doesn't even know it. This is what these black men do to us. The games they play, holding our heart hostage. Meanwhile, they're somewhere else with somebody else, and they make us pretend they care about us, and they don't. And so, meanwhile, you sit there waiting on this man, but he's with another woman. And so we go spiraling. I don't agree with what she did, but my opinion doesn't even matter. She's got to live with her decision, and I think she's going to be just fine. Because she's smart enough to deliver that mugshot that said, I'm good. Because she knows that picture is going to be everywhere. And so she gave us the best face she could. Minimal makeup. She's very, very smart. Well, I think she's going to be better than most women. And by the way, I think a lot of women are hating on her because she is beautiful. She's pretty natural. That's her long natural hair in the picture. Bare face, she's pretty. She's a nurse. She has her degrees. Granted, she has some issues, but guess what? She won't be the first nurse with issues. There are plenty of nurses that actually do the similar things in their profession. It's not uncommon for nurses to get in trouble for taking medication and things like that. Some nurses have addiction problems. So it's not uncommon, and I think she'll be just fine. I think she'll be married before a lot of women will be, actually. A lot of these women that are complaining about her and acting like they're guardians of the black community's integrity, morality, and reputation, I think these women will be single way longer than she is because she's way smarter. That's what I think. She didn't realize because most black women disappear, nobody cares. So she figured out just walk away and it'll be private. She didn't realize that things have kind of changed in the black community. And women are just taking the lead and saying, we're going to do what we have to do. And we're going to do it for each other. She didn't expect that. And that's fine. But I wish her all the best. And I'm looking forward to her to do well. She's got a misdemeanor, which is, will disappear after a few years. And she'll get to move on with her life. And they said they want to change the law because she didn't get a strong enough penalty. And that is exactly what they do. When it comes to a brown woman, all of a sudden, they need the law changed, right? All of a sudden, they want to change the law so they give more strenuous consequences. For all these years when the white people were disappearing and making themselves disappear and reappear, they never felt need to change the law. But now that a brown woman has been done what they do every day, now there needs to be a stronger consequence. The hypocrisy of the African American community and the white American community is unbelievable and unmatched. I say go and live well, Carlee, and I know you will.